Welcome back, beauties. I decided today to finally show you a grocery store haul. I love seeing what other people are buying. I feel like it inspires me, gives me new ideas, and I've never done this before. I always order my groceries on Sundays because I just feel like going into the week with a stocked fridge, a stocked pantry, it allows you to set yourself up for success. You're not scrambling on Mondays, you're not trying to figure it out for the rest of the week. So I'm going to walk through what I'm buying. I'm gonna break it up kind of into categories so it is easier and literally more digestible for you. I am not eating for low calorie. I myself am mostly dairy free. I have been lactose intolerant since I was a kid, so keeping that in mind. Other than that, I eat everything. I love meat, you're gonna see. And I source a lot of my proteins actually not from the grocery store. I have dug up and digged through, some of the best, for me personally, I think the best sources that are available for us to consume. So we will get into that, but yeah, I'm excited to do something a little bit different. So let's go through what I buy in a week to stay lean, energized, fueled, and to just make eating every single day very simple and easy. Let's start with the pantry. I feel like this is the most exciting because outside of this, really, I'm just focusing on whole foods, so our fruit, our vegetables, our protein. I would say that my pantry items are on the lesser side because I really try not to have a lot of snacks in the house because, again, I'd rather really focus on having 3 to 4 full meals throughout the day so that I'm not having so many snacks, which are most of the time more of like an empty calorie situation. I want things with fiber, with protein that are gonna actually fuel and nourish my body. But that being said, we got some sauces, we got some liquids, some drinks. I'm gonna tell you about some of my favorite brands for snacks and kind of what to look for. Let's start with Simple Mills. I love Simple Mills. Any of their products are amazing. Everything is organic, only real, purposeful ingredients, nothing ever artificial. I like to keep their pizza dough on hand at all times. Sometimes, when you're just craving a little something different and special for dinner. Like sometimes I have those nights, right, where I don't want chicken or steak or, my salmon. I'm like, why not make a pizza? So instead of going out or ordering on Uber Eats or whatever it may be, I whip this up in 30 to 40 minutes. I always, of course, have my pizza sauce ready to go on hand. And I would say I maybe make this once or twice a month when I'm just craving something different. You can still get some protein with the toppings that you add on top. Sometimes I add ground turkey, ground beef. I buy the pepperonis, but I try to keep it less processed, so I'll add the beef or the turkey, and it's delicious and super easy. You add the mix with like water, olive oil, apple cider vinegar. So this is a pantry staple. I usually have crackers in my pantry as well, Simple Mills. Again, this is just their original seed flour crackers, and normally I would have this as a snack if I am feeling a snack with hummus. I wouldn't typically just have crackers. I would eat it with something else so that I am getting, fuller, more satiated from the fat in the hummus. Or if you aren't dairy free like I am, you're getting maybe having tzatziki or whatever it may be. This is really great to pair with a dip. I also always have coconut milk on hand. You never really know when you need it for a recipe. I'm trying to think, I used this recently for something. What did I use it for? Oh, I did a chicken coconut dish and used this. So I always just like to have coconut milk on hand, especially for healthy desserts and baking. It's always a good one. Pizza sauce, bone broth. Bone broth is something that I buy every single week. I make all of my rice and all of my grains with bone broth. So instead of using water, I would use this, and it adds so many more nutrients to the carb. It makes it more digestible, absorbable to the body, and it just gives the rice or the quinoa, whatever it may be, so much more flavor. I also have bone broth sometimes in the morning. So either I'll have bone broth, I'll have celery juices. There's just so many things. I would love the idea idea of making my own celery juice, but we're just not there right now, so I am okay to buy this 2-ingredient cold press celery and lemon juice. So I'll have bone broth, I'll have this, or I'll have my magic morning drink. Watch the video if you don't know what I'm talking about on YouTube. It's a warm lemon water concoction. So I'm always having this on hand, buying it every single week. I also love to have taco seasoning. This is the Siete brand. I'm gonna get there with some of my other items here, but this is another really great brand with good ethos, and all of their ingredients are super clean. They were bought out by Pepsi, so a lot of people are kind of like hating on them now, but I've been still keeping an eye on their ingredient list, and they haven't changed. This is made with chili peppers, ground dates, tomatoes, garlic, nutritional yeast, cumin, onions, cassava flour, black pepper, parsley. That's literally it. And again, ground beef is something that I eat on a weekly basis. I'm always trying to find different ways to season it. Taco seasoning and having like taco bowls, healthy taco bowls, that is one of the staples. Again, one of the foods that I am eating on repeat just out of ease, and it's still obviously delicious. Like, who doesn't love tacos? Chomps. This is one of my favorite snacks. Again, technically, like, this is processed. It's a beef stick, but it is an easy hit of protein, 10 grams. It's 100 calories, and I would much rather eat this than like a handful of chips as a snack, because again, I'm getting nutritional value out of this. And this is kind of one of those snacks too where you can grab and go. I'll be like running to, for example, actually this morning, I just came back from paddle. I can't remember if I mentioned that, but I wanted to eat a little something because I knew I wanted to get a coffee there. It's like my, weekend treat. Getting excited about having a latte out. And I grabbed this because I wanted to have something in my tummy before I had my coffee. Very easy to grab, go, and run. I also love to have tuna. This a lot of the time is my lunch. So I will pull out the can of tuna. I talk about this a lot on my YouTube channel as well. Lunch is one of those meals where I spend the time for breakfast. I spend the time for dinner. I work full time. We're like working women. We got a lot going on. I don't have time to make a full lunch. So a lot of the time it is canned tuna with just like really quickly chopping up some cucumber, some green onions, and mayo, or I'm putting, for example, this chipotle lime avocado mayo by Primal Kitchen, another really great brand. Mixing it together. If I have some leftover rice, putting it with that, maybe some seaweed paper. Oh, I should actually grab that because I did buy that last week and I haven't opened it yet. Let me show you. Okay, my boyfriend did open it, but this is organic sushi nori, and there's something about putting like really anything in this. Gives it a little bit of texture, a little bit of crisp, and it just makes everything taste so much better. So I'll wrap it up and literally make a wrap out of this. It's kind of like you're eating sushi. So simple, and just make sure when you're buying this one's from Whole Foods, and the ingredients are super simple because sometimes they can kind of sneak in weird preservatives and additives into the seaweed paper. So this one's literally just organic seaweed. Delish. Like I mentioned, I love Primal Kitchen as well. I really trust anything that they are putting on the shelf. So this is one of our favorite dressings. It is a chipotle lime mayonnaise. It is so delicious. I'm eating this with chicken. I'm eating it with steak. I'm almost having it every single day. I'm a sauce girl. I'm not afraid of sauces. This is also another one of our favorite sauces. It is the Siete Creamy Jalapeno. Again, super simple, clean ingredients. And when it comes to sauces, it's not like if you have something that does have an additive or preservative, you're necessarily going to react to it. But it's when you're having these things in, this meal and then that meal and in this snack, it can cause inflammation in the gut. If we can keep the ingredients as clean as possible, that is the benefit. Moving on, I am obsessed with this Elmhurst milked coconut and cashew. I have this with my coffee every morning. Now I can't go back to almond milk because this is so delicious and creamy. I should say everything here is from Whole Foods. I also like to have organic coconut water on hand. Coconut water, of course, is super hydrating, and sometimes I just need a little sweetness in my day, especially in the afternoon. So the coconut water kind of gives you that without, again, adding electrolytes, which a lot of the time, unfortunately, other than the Sarah and Martina Hydrop cups. A lot of electrolytes have, you know, the citric acid, the natural flavors, those types of things. It's not the end of the world, but if I can have a clean source of hydration, I will take it. I don't know what's gone into me lately, but I love a soda recently. I don't know where it came from because I feel like I've never really been a soda person. I don't know if it's because my boyfriend really loves Diet Coke and I've been starting to steal like sips of that. But I find that at the end of the day, I'm like, with dinner, I'm craving a soda sometimes. YOLO, it's really not a big deal. I'm going to quench the thirst, literally. And Poppy, what's the other one? Olipop is great as well. It's a probiotic soda. I don't think it's going to really do anything for your microbiome and your gut. I think a lot of it is marketing, but it's only 5 grams of sugar. I'll take it over a 30-gram sugar Coke. Next, we have capers here because what I also do, and I'm not gonna be showing you that today because it was out of stock, but I'm gonna go back to the grocery store tomorrow. I'm basically at the grocery store every single day. I always buy rotisserie chicken because along with the tuna, that's also a really great quick lunch. I'll make a tuna salad or a chicken salad at the beginning of the week and at least have it for 2 or 3 days for lunch. I'm going to make a chicken Caesar salad. Stay tuned on Instagram because it's going to be posted as part of our Busy Girl Lunch series, which people have been finding so helpful, by the way, because I know a lot of you also struggle with having that quick, nutritious, healthy protein lunch. So I'm gonna be making that. That's why I bought the capers. I got sent these onions. I feel like onions are just really amazing because it adds flavor to anything. This is a new brand. I think, is it called Literally Onion? I think that it is. So this was sent to me. This wasn't from Whole Foods, but the ingredients, again, onions, olive oil, garlic, lemon, parsley, salt, dried oregano, and vinegar. This is something that you could have with steak. This is something that, like, literally any protein, and it just adds flavor. So I love that. Thank you, Onion, for sending that. And then if I am going to buy chips or snacks or anything like that, it's probably going to be Lesser Evil. Again, another brand that I really love. This popcorn is just organic, non-GMO popcorn. Important, there's a lot of GMO in corn, so watch out for that. Organic coconut oil, Himalayan salt, and organic butter. Actually, it says organic butter type flavor. I don't like that. That used to actually not be the ingredients. Lesser Evil, what happened there? Anytime you see flavor, that means that it is artificial. It can mean a million things under that category in food labels, and I don't like that. I like to know everything that I'm putting into my body. I know it's a little bit crazy and it can be obsessive, but when I can control it at home, because of course I'm eating out and who knows what the hell is in the food when I'm eating out, and like that's okay. That's when that 80-20 comes into play. But I will be looking at their other popcorn to be seeing if they have that butter flavor because it used to be made with real butter. And then we have Siete. It's the Super Bowl tonight. I got some brie cheese nachos. I think these are not dairy free. Yeah, these have dairy, contains milk, but again, I mentioned I'm dairy free mostly. Something like this does not upset my tummy. Totally okay with it. And we have the Brazil nuts. I have 3 of these today. It is your daily intake of selenium, which again is a really great trace mineral and does so many wonders to the body. Just make sure you're not having too many of these because like 3 really should be the max. I have peppermint tea. Always have my pantry stocked with tea. I love having tea after dinner. It just really helps with digestion before going to bed and is just, you know, that cozy, calm ritual that seriously I look forward to. This is like when my wind down routine begins. So peppermint. I usually also have dandelion root on hand, sometimes chamomile. Always just make sure you have a tea. Look for organic because there can be a lot of yucky ingredients in the tea bags, a lot of microplastics. If you can make, like, steep your own tea with the actual leaves and a steeper, I feel like that's the best option. But again, sometimes we just gotta do things at a convenience. This is what I am currently using. As you can see, I don't keep a whole lot of snacks at home. If it's in my home, I will eat it. I love food. I feel like if you know me, you know that about me. So if there are, like, I don't want to say unhealthy, it's just not necessary. I really try to limit it because if it's not there, I'm obviously not going to eat it. It's impossible, and I will opt for something that is more nutrient dense and that will actually keep me full and satiated throughout the day. Now let's get into our meats, eggs. I have a whole spiel about that, so let's do it. So I buy all of my meat, poultry, eggs, and fish outside outside of the grocery store. And it's not that buying any of these things in the grocery store are bad. Exclusively for my entire life, of course, out of convenience, I just always bought my fish from Whole Foods, my chicken, like everything from Whole Foods or the grocery store that I was shopping at. But recently, I don't know, there was kind of a switch in me. I think it actually started with the meat. I started to make steak at home, and I had never really made steak at home because I've always, you need a barbecue, this and that. But then I discovered steak on the stovetop. I know, groundbreaking. And so I was buying grass-fed steak from Whole Foods. Every time I made it, it was so tough to eat, and like we would have to throw almost half of it out, but I was buying grass-fed. I was buying the most expensive one, and it just didn't taste good. So I was talking to a friend, and she's like, you need to try this company, Meat and Bone in Miami. They'll deliver it directly from you. They have grass-fed and finished, meaning that they're grass-fed from the very first day of life all the way until the end, because again, marketing, all of the bull crap that goes on within that world, when it says that it's grass-fed and not grass-fed, grass-finished, that means that it may have only been grass-fed for a portion of its life. So when I tasted this 100% grass-fed and finished ribeye for the very first time, I was like, oh my God, what the hell have I been eating? This is so delicious. It melts in your mouth. It is, every single steak is so consistent. I've never had an issue with it being tough, and from there moving forward, I've been buying all of my meat. This is from the company Meat and Bones, but they pull in meat, chicken, eggs, turkey, everything from a whole bunch of different farms. This one's not on here, but I believe it's like Rancher's Farm. So grass-fed, grass-finished. This is one thing. Then I buy, either have ground chicken, chicken thighs, chicken breasts, ground turkey, and I buy it also directly from another source. It doesn't, like where I'm buying them from, it's not that like you need to buy them where I'm getting them from. That's not what I'm saying, but I am sourcing them from farms directly where I know their ethos. I know how the animals are being treated. I know what they're feeding them because they are very transparent with all of the protocols, and I have done my research. So I've been getting it from like different places depending if I go to the farmer's market and they have a vendor that is selling it. Where in Miami, I a lot of the times find the chicken breast from and the ground turkey from is Paradise Farms. I've actually been to the farm, and again, I believe everything that they're doing it the right way. And when you have this chicken breast, again, compared to the chicken breast at the grocery store, it just tastes different. Everything is so much more tender. And when the animal is being treated right, it is said that you are getting a lot more nutrients from the actual food. We love that. Then I'm also getting my eggs. So unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably saw the thing on Instagram and social media and even the news about Vital Farms, about how the claims around what they are feeding their chickens. So now I am going corn-free around what they are actually feeding their chickens. A lot of soy and a lot of corn, and that's why the omega-6 count is higher in their eggs. It's like not the worst thing. It's not the end of the world. Like I'm sure all of us have put worse things in our bodies. It's still a very minimal amount, but what you should be looking for when you're buying eggs, if you have it at the grocery store, is pasteurized or organic. Pasteurized is actually more important. And then we want corn-free and soy-free. The chickens should just be eating like worms and things like that. They should not be eating soy or corn. When this chicken eats soy and corn, it is passed to us, and that is harder also for our body to break it down. This is again direct from a farm, and I got it at the farmer's market. They always have these eggs, and it is annoying. Like I wish that I could get all of this at the grocery store. I spend a little bit more money on it, to be honest. It's actually it's like similar pricing. So 2 chicken breasts, I think this is $13 or $14. It's not like it's a crazy price gouge, but it is a little bit more expensive. And then where I buy my fish from, I'm actually waiting for the package, so I don't unfortunately have it here today to show you from. This is just shrimp from Whole Foods, so I'm always looking for wild caught when it comes to my seafood. This is a super easy dinner. Throw it with a protein, throw it with some veggies, throw it with some rice, and you have yourself a shrimp bowl, very high protein and delicious. Ground beef, I can't forget about that. So again, like I mentioned before, I have ground beef at least a couple times a week. This is actually from Whole Foods because they do sell Force of Nature. It's 100% regenerative beef. It actually doesn't say grass finished. I was under the impression that they are, but it is regeneratively sourced, and I know that prior to being bought out, they had really amazing ethos. People have like things to kind of say about them now. I'm still buying this again because it's easy, it's at Whole Foods, and let's just make grocery shopping as easy as we can. So this is again from Whole Foods, and then I buy my branzino and my salmon from Seacopia. I will leave the link below. All of their fish is third-party tested for mercury and for toxins, so I love that. It is also wild caught, and the salmon that I buy, it's actually the cheapest one, and it's sushi grade. So if it's sushi grade, you know that it is really great, pure quality. So we have our protein. Again, I'm either having ground beef, steak, some type of chicken or ground turkey, or a fish with a carb. So I love sweet potato. I love Japanese sweet potato, and specifically, it is just so delish and literally is sweet. So, and I do have a sweet tooth. I don't know, it just is so delicious and I love it. And I could eat sweet potatoes every single day. Or I will have buckwheat, quinoa, rice, again, made with the bone broth, nutrient dense, keeps you full. Sometimes if I don't have a carb at dinner, I'll do like double veg. That's really not so often because when I don't have a carb at dinner, I get hungry before I go to bed and then I want a snack. Having a carb at dinner, especially when you're active, it is okay. Let's normalize eating carbs. That's kind of what that looks like. And then I'm having it with veg on the side. To sum all of this up, just make sure, get as much information on where you are sourcing your meats and your fish and your eggs. Get as much information as possible, especially if we're really trying to eat a high protein diet. And even in the last year, I have increased the protein that I am intaking. So that is why I want to make sure I am getting the best quality and finding the best sources possible. Yes, it takes more time, but I think that it is totally worth it. We are finishing here with fruits, vegetables, and some other miscellaneous items. I almost forgot. Now we're kind of going into like breakfast vibes. I get asked all the time because I'm always sharing my breakfast, what I'm eating. I'm always having some type of, aside from the eggs, I'm also having an additional protein. So I get asked a lot, what are the brands that I'm eating? Teton Waters Ranch, they have a grass-fed beef patty and also like beef links, sausages. I love, love, love. I don't always want like chicken or turkey. My body really loves red meat. I'm having this very often. Belinsky is the classic sage breakfast sausage. It is chicken breakfast sausage that I have. Also really delish. For 3 links, there are 14 grams of proteins. Really great to have in addition to other sources of protein in the morning. And then I get turkey bacon sometimes as well. Right now I'm like not really on a turkey bacon kick, but of course when you are getting turkey bacon, just make sure that there's no sugar added and the ingredients are as clean as possible, and of course it is organic if you can afford it. I like to also always have wraps. We love a salad, but sometimes, you know, you just want some bread, you want some carbs, you just want to wrap it up and eat, you know, something a little bit heartier. So I get the almond flour or the cassava flour wraps from, again, Siete. There are 4 or 5 ingredients. Love this brand. Coco June is another brand favorite of mine. They more recently came out with a protein coconut yogurt that I was so happy about because, again, I am dairy free. If I could have Greek yogurt, I would 100% have Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, but I can't have that because I'm intolerant. So this is a really great alternative, and now again they have a protein one. There is no weird ingredients, there's no sugar added, there's 1 gram of sugar, but the ingredients literally are organic coconut milk, pea protein, inulin, citrus pectin, and probiotic cultures. I love to have this with chia seeds. I'll put a little bit of chia seeds with this in the morning before a workout. I don't want to have my full breakfast, but I do want something for energy. So this is a really great option paired together. A little bit of fruit as well. I had this before paddle with the beef stick. Beef stick was on the go. And then the other item I get asked a lot as well, about my bread. I eat carbs. People see bagels on my plate all the time. I think they're a little bit surprised. I will have half of a bagel. It is gluten-free. My boyfriend is gluten-free. I am dairy-free. My boyfriend is gluten-free, so I try to keep everything in the house gluten-free for him. This is from Queen Street Bakery. They just made a gluten-free sourdough loaf and they sent it to me. I don't know where it's available yet, but it is probably the best clean ingredient sourdough bread that I've ever had. My boyfriend's very happy about it as well. So I'll have half a bagel, which is 130 calories with like all of my protein, my little bit of veg on my morning breakfast plate. And then from there, it's really just about I got my carrots. These look like they were chopped. Yeah, they were chopped. I don't know what happened here because this just got delivered this morning. So like, where did the ends of my carrots go? Who knows, at Whole Foods, I'm not sure. I have bagged organic cauliflower. I could buy the cauliflower head, but again, we busy women, sometimes it's just easier to throw this on the baking tray. I'm buying different vegetables because I'm always having, again, back to the protein with the carb and the veg for dinner. So carrots are staple, broccoli I love, a little bit of Parmesan, so good. Parmesan is actually okay for me because it is aged. There's less lactose in it. Chopping up cauliflower really small, 375 for like half an hour, even 350. So delish and so yummy. What other veg do I have? Oh, I have beans a lot too. Green beans, throw them in the oven. Everything is just like in the oven. In the oven with the meat, super simple. 30 minutes, you take it out and boom, it's done. I also always buy mushrooms. I make this, of course, like not in the oven, in the frying pan with a little bit of olive oil. And it's sometimes just a nice side as well to accompany the meat. I love to have sprouts. So broccoli sprouts are so amazing actually for fighting pre-cancerous cells. I recently learned that. So I'm like, okay, broccoli sprouts forever. God forbid, we wanna make sure that we are doing everything possible to keep our bodies healthy, longevity, long-term, no diseases, nothing bad happening here. I always buy red pepper, green pepper, yellow pepper. If I'm making a taco bowl or I am just wanting an extra, sometimes I'll even eat this raw with my breakfast. I'll chop off half of a red pepper or the pepper and eat it. I always have a cucumber. That's also a really good veggie side that I'll have with my eggs sometimes. I like to buy mint and I'll make a salad dressing with this. It is so good. Mint, Dijon, olive oil, salt and pepper, a little bit of honey or maple syrup, and it is so good. Go heavy on the Dijon for this. I stole it from a restaurant. Fruits, I'm always having fruits. I'm always buying fruits. Kiwi, I'm like on a current obsession with kiwi. It has so much vitamin C, more than an orange. I feel like kiwis are so underrated. We don't know about them. The skin is where a lot of the nutrients are. Sometimes the skin freaks me out, even though they're organic from Italy. Like a lot of people were touching this before it came to my house. Just saying. Organic blueberries, raspberries, apples, avocados, of course. I'm having them with breakfast. For dinner, if I didn't have them for breakfast and I want a little guac or like just creamy situation. Lemons are the key for adding flavor literally to anything. If something doesn't have flavor, add lemon, like if you're making a stir fry or whatever it is. Also lemon in that mint dressing. I just realized that. Whenever you add lemon, it just makes everything better. We love lemon. We always make sure we have that. And then greens. So we got our sprouts, but I always want to make sure there's greens for salads or a lettuce base. I always have romaine. I love Organic Girl, this brand. It's washed 3 times, very important. And then typically I'll buy spinach as well to put in #1 smoothies. To be honest, I used to be more of a smoothie girl. I'm not really so much, I don't think anymore. But like last week, one of the days for lunch, I had a smoothie. Adding in just like a big handful of spinach, it's a really great way to get some fiber and some greens. And the other thing that's amazing with spinach is that if you're, again, making a stir fry, or a lot of times I'm just like throwing stuff in the quick and easy. Add some spinach, it wilts down, and it's like you just snuck some greens, even into like a bolognese, like a pasta sauce. You get some greens in there, perfect. And honestly, I think that is it. Again, as you can tell, I am really just focused on eating whole foods, good quality. We only have one body, one life, and I want to fuel it with the best possible ingredients. And of course, I do have to go to some extra lengths and some extra ordering and maybe spending a little bit more money again on those protein sources, or even just eating organic. But that is a choice that I am able to make, and it is the best possible choice for me and my partner. I really do hope that this was helpful. You took some like little tips and tricks away. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a grocery haul part 2, what else I'm buying. Let me know what like maybe you're buying that I should buy. I want to know what you guys are eating, consuming, buying every single week as well. As always, thank you so much for being here. I seriously hope that you loved it, and I will see you next time. Make sure to check out my latest video here.